On Global Television News Prime, Tinubu seeks 6.2 trillion budget expansion to 2024 budget. Global Television set to launch on DSTV channel 365. Court nullifies Philip Shaibu's impeachment as deputy governor. In business tonight, International Monetary Fund cuts Nigeria's economic growth forecast to 3.1%. And in sports, ex-players demand 169 million naira from management of Kwara United, issued 7-day ultimatum. Hello and welcome to all of viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Edikan Michael. We begin tonight that President Bola Tinubu has forwarded to the Senate for consideration and approval the injection of 6.2 trillion naira into the 27.5 trillion 2024 budget. The President, in the request via letter read on the floor of the Senate by its President Godswill Akpabio during the plenary today, specifically sought for withdrawal of 3.2 trillion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for capital expenditure. The President, in the second leg of the request, sought for withdrawal of another 3 trillion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for additional recurring expenditure for the year ending on December 31st, 2024. Now, as part of efforts to expand its footprint in the broadcast media industry, Global Television will officially launch on DSTV channel 365 starting from tomorrow, 18th July 2024. This landmark achievement follows consistent effort by the management of Global Television to broaden its reach and deepen media participation in national development and global affairs. The Managing Director of Global Television, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, speaks on the importance of this milestone.
It has not been easy. It has been a very, very long journey, right from Nigeria to South Africa to Spain. They all know us for the past 1 year. It has been tremendous pushing, commitment, discussion, evaluating our content, evaluating our technical capability before we now reach a point of being allocated a channel 365 on DSTV. We all know that DSTV has a monopoly in the Nigerian industry. So finally we have succeeded in getting to be on DSTV channel. Platform. So with that, we'll do our best to see that we work towards unity of our country, peaceful coexistence of our country, in terms of news and other programs that will enhance and develop our country. So we are on DSTV channel 365 as from tomorrow, Thursday, 18th.
Global Television is a 24-hour news and current affairs channel broadcasting from the capital of Nigeria, Abuja. Meanwhile, the management of Global Television has paid a courtesy visit to the Nigerian Television Authority as part of efforts to establish collaboration. The Managing Director and Chief Executive of Global Television, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, started his commitment to contributing to the peace and development of Nigeria through the media. Queen Agaba has the rest of the report.
The Managing Director of Global Television, Ibrahim Biu, paid a courtesy visit to the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority at the NTA headquarters in Abuja. The visit aimed to foster stronger ties between the two media organizations, explore potential areas of collaboration, professional assistance, and to tap from the wealth of experience of the NTA.
We pay a courtesy call to NTA, knowing fully that NTA is the epicenter of the broadcasting industry, not only in Nigeria but in Africa.
Thank you very much.
So we feel that we need to have a touch with you as a big brother to advise us in the industry, to see the area of cooperation, to see the area of support, and to see how we can move on together.
In response, the Director General, NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, represented by the Managing Director News, Ayodele Adewuyi, assured Global Television of its support and cooperation in areas they deem fit. Describing Global Television as one to be reckoned with, Ayodele urged the management not to hesitate in contacting NTA for assistance.
This is a good tidings for the broadcast world in Nigeria, and I want to believe that with your dedication, commitment, and with the help of Almighty Allah, we succeed. And global television will be one to be reckoned with in the media space. Please, feel free to contact us anytime. Areas that you may not have access to, that we will have access to. That areas, I think we'll be able to cooperate, exchange content, so that the benefit of the populace generally.
Global Television, a news and current affairs station, has finalized plans to start their DSTV streaming service on channel 365 and all multi-choice platforms from Thursday, 18th July 2024. Global Television, a news and current affairs station, has finalized plans to start their streaming service on DSTV channel 365 and all multi-choice platforms from Thursday, 18th July 2024. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
The House of Representatives has considered and adopted the Niger Delta Development Commission 2024 Appropriation Bill of 1.91 trillion naira. The addition of the House followed the consideration of reports of the Committee on the Commission, chaired by Ibarahir Senu during the plenary. While defending the 2024 budget before the House Committee earlier in July, the managing director of the NDDC, Sambal Aboku, stated that it will source funding of its proposed spending from loans to the tune of 1 trillion naira. And now a veteran unionist and the first chairman of Labour Party, Lawson Osagie, has thrown his weight behind the Nigerian Labour Congress and stands against the alleged move by the National Assembly Joint Committee to decentralize the ongoing national minimum wage dialogue to state. Osagie reiterated his thoughts on the possible strike action called by Comrade Joe Ajaero, president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, setting that is self-serving on the path of government to consider moving workers' wages to the concurrent lease. Now, the national minimum wage negotiation has been a conflicting issue among the organized Labour federal government, state governors, and the organized private sector. The federal government has predicted that 94 towns across some states in the country had risks of a 5-day flooding beginning Tuesday, July 16th and ending on July 20, 2024. The Minister of State of Environment, Dr. Isiaq Saloku, said they identified locations and their environs will likely witness heavy rainfall that may lead to flood within the prediction period. Away from that, Governor Bayusuf of Kano State has approved the appointment of 3 second-class emirs of Rana, Gaya, and Karaye with immediate effect. The governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Tofa, stated that the new emirate are to serve as the second, with Kano as the first-class emirate. Yusuf named the newly appointed Mohammed Kari as the emir of Karaye. He was the district head of Robo before his latest appointment. Mohammed Omar was named the emir of Rano. He was the district head of Bunkro prior to the latest appointment. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Labour Congress has threatened to shut down the country for a month in protest against plans by the National Assembly to deregulate the national minimum wage. NLC President Joe Ajaero declared the position of the union while speaking on the sidelines of the 67th Nigeria Employers Consultative Association annual general meeting in Lagos. The Congress straits came as the nation awaits a new national minimum wage following the month of negotiation between organized labor, the federal government, and the organized private sector. No fewer than 13 states have fixed date for local government elections in the aftermath of the last Thursday Supreme Court judgment, which prohibited federal allocation to council being administered by caretaker committees. The states that have commenced council poll preparations include Kaduna, Kogi, Bauchi, Katsina, Osun, Enugu, Benue, Rivers, Jigawa, Imo, Kebbi, Abia, and Anambra State. The Senate announced the removal of Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume as the chief whip. When put to voice by the President of Senate, Godswill Akpabio, members of the APC Senate caucus endorsed Ndume's removal as the Senate chief whip during the plenary. Ndume was replaced by Tari Mbanguna. This comes amid his recent criticism of President Bola Tinubu's government. In a later address by the Senate caucus by the national leadership of the ruling party asked Ndume to resign his membership of the APC and join any opposition party of his choice. A federal high court in Abuja on Wednesday nullified the impeachment of Philip Shaibu as the deputy governor of Edo State. Justice James Omotosho, in his judgment, ordered his reinstatement to the office on the grounds that the Edo State House of Assembly failed to comply with due process in the purported impeachment. Justice Omotosho held that the allegation on which the House of Assembly based the impeachment proceedings was untenable in law and did not constitute gross misconduct. The judge therefore ordered the Inspector General of Police to provide him with needed security to enable him to resume office and perform the functions of the office until the end of his tenure. In a related development, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has upheld the nomination of Dr. Sure Igadalo as a People's Democratic Party candidate for 2024 Edo State gubernatorial election. The court decisions delivered by Justice James Omotosho dismissed the case filed by Philip Shaibu, who had challenged Igadalo's nomination as the People's Democratic Party's candidate. In its ruling, the court held that Igadalo was duly nominated during the party's primary election, which was held on February 22, 2024 at the Samuel Obamodia Stadium in Benin City. Igadalo emerged victorious, securing 577 votes to defeat Shaibu and 10 other aspirants. You're watching News Prime, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV IG and other handles now shown on the screen. When News Prime returns, former players demand 169 million naira from management of Kwara United issues 7-day ultimatum. We'll bring you more stories right after this break. Please stay with us.
Exciting news! Global Television, your trusted news and current affairs station, will be available on DSTV channel 365 and all multi-choice platforms as from Thursday, 18th July 2024. Stay informed with us wherever you are. Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation. It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Oh, that goal! Beautiful work from the wingers!
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story. Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching News Prime here on Global Television. And our Nigeria Center for Disease Control has raised significant concerns over an increase in the epidemic-prone disease such as Lassa fever, meningitis, and yellow fever. The Director General of Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Jide Idris, this is known while briefing journalists on the situation of the recent outbreak of cholera in Abuja. Queen Agaba has details.
Following the rainy season, no fewer than 103 persons have died as a result of the current cholera outbreak, which has so far recorded 3,623 suspected cases in 187 local government areas across 34 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, while updating newsmen on the cholera outbreak situation, prevention and response efforts at the national and subnational levels, raised concerns over underreporting of the situation due to inadequate resources to support surveillance and disease detection activities at the subnational level.
Although almost all the states in Nigeria have reported cases of cholera now, there appears to be an underreporting of the situation, as required data from the states are not coming real time as expected, given the trend in previous years. This is largely due to inadequate resources, though that's what they say at the state level, inadequate resources to support surveillance and disease detection activities at the subnational level.
The Director General further rules out that there was 5.6% decline in the number of cases in the reporting week 8 to 14th July compared to the preceding week, and a drop in the case fatality rate from 2.9% to 2.8%.
We also recorded a drop in case fatality rate from 2.9 to 2.8. Definitely there is a decline in case fatality rate from week 24 when we notified the public when we saw that spike to the present week. There is a slight decrease in case fatality rate.
Dr. Jide Idris, Director General NCDC. While acknowledging the tireless efforts of stakeholders, MDAs, healthcare workers and community leaders in responding to the outbreak, the NCDC called for state government to prioritize actions that ensure access to safe water and proper hygiene practices in communities. For Global Television, Queen.
Now, King Charles III has outlined Labour's phase program for government in 15 years on Wednesday, with promises of economic stability and tougher action on irregular immigration to improve relations with Europe sought by the Berks. Despite its name, the address, which marks the official start of the new parliamentary session, is not written by the monarch as head of state, but by the government. It was central-left Labour's first such speech since it was last in power in 2010. The Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, says Israel is open to partnering with the federal government and the private sector in areas that benefit both countries. He said this was part of his country's effort to eradicate poverty and insecurity in the world. Freeman, who was represented by the Council of Israel in Nigeria, Ibn Garden, spoke at the Nigeria-Israel Business Forum's annual general meeting in Abuja. Now, European politicians and diplomats were already prepared for changes to their relationship with the United States in the event of second Donald Trump presidency. Now that the Republican candidate has chosen Senator James David as his running mate, those differences appear even starker on the prospect for the war in Ukraine, security and trade. A vocal critic of U.S. aid to Ukraine, Vance told this year's Munich Security Conference that Europe should wake up to the United States having to pivot its focus to the East Asia. Lawyers in Guinea are in strike to protest against the crackdown on dissent by the military regime. On Tuesday, the country's bar association denounced what it described as arbitrary arrests and the secret detention of citizens. The association stated that the lawyers will boycott court sessions until 31st July. The court activities are said to be paralyzed by the strike, which could disrupt a landmark trial of over a 2009 massacre that is regarded as one of the darkest moments in the West African nation's history. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has projected 3% growth for Nigeria in 2025, although this is lower than 3.1% growth projection for Nigeria in 2024. IMF's latest World Economic Outlook indicates that it's higher than growth estimate of the most emerging market. While South Africa's growth in 2025 is projected at 1.2% from 0.9% this year, Brazil stands at 2.4% growth from 2.1% in 2024. The multilateral institutions also noted that Mexico will grow by 1.6% in 2025 as against 2.2% in 2024. However, India's projection is higher than Nigeria's at 6.5% in 2025 from 7% this year. And our more news on business. President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, says his business's $30 billion revenue target by the end of 2025 will boost the country's naira. Dangote made this known during a tour of Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Petrochemicals and Dangote Fertilizer Limited by media executives, indicating a plan to attend independence from the Central Bank of Nigeria in a foreign exchange sourcing. According to him, the expected significant inflow of forex into Nigeria and through its businesses will automatically boost the value of local currency and make the naira regain its value in the Committee of International Currencies worldwide. Experts have expressed concerns that the decision of the federal government to throw open the nation's border to allow food importation will affect private investment in the agricultural sector. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kari revealed at a press conference in Abuja that the 150-day duty-free import window for commodities such as maize, the Uskit brown rice, wheat, and the cowpeas is part of the implementation of the newly launched Presidential Accelerated Stabilization and Advancement Plan. And now to sport tonight, a group of former players and officials of Kwara United has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the management of the club to pay their outstanding 196 million naira, which they claim is their collective sign-on fees owed for the 2014 and 2015 season. The ultimatum was communicated to the club management by the group's legal counsel, Exact Legal Associate, via a letter dated July 11, 2024, entitled Demand for Outstanding Sign-on Fees Payment of the ex-Royal players and officials from 2014-2015 till date. And now Mason Greenwood is due to have a medical before completing a permanent move from Manchester United to the Marseille. Sources have said Ford Greenwood has agreed personal terms with a fee including the advance of more than 30 million euros in place around the contract that is set to run to 2029. United have now negotiated what they regard as a significant sell-on clause. Marseille were criticized by the city major last week when their intentions became apparent. However, it appears they are undeterred, and the Greenwood is now expected to become part of Roberto De Zerbi's squad for the coming campaign. As we wrap up Global TV News Prime, let's take a look at the top stories. President Tinubu has sent a request for Senate in a bid to expand the 2024 budget by 6.2 trillion naira. Global Television set to launch TV channel. Court nullifies Philip Shaibu's impeachment as deputy governor. Business. International Monetary Fund cuts Nigeria's economic growth forecast to 3.1%. Finally, sports, we told you, ex-players demand 169 million naira from management of Kwara United issued 7-day ultimatum. And that's a package of News Prime coming to you live from Nigeria's capital. We have StarTimes, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. I'm Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching and staying with us tonight. See you again.